Guys, it's Jay. Today I'll be doing a quick tutorial on how to split text per letter. So this is a little bit different to tutorials you may have seen, which shows you how to split a whole name, like down the middle or whatever spline that you want to split it on. This one's a little bit different. It creates the effect where you can split each letter, like I've done here on my most recent intro. So as you can see, each letter has got a different split down it. It's not just one consecutive line down the middle or curved line or wavy line. It's different and it's got gaps between it, and also I'll be teaching you how to do the materials around the edge, what cap settings, and also how to put this into a fracture properly, and how to animate it using a plane or fall off box or whatever you want to call it. So surprisingly, the way that you do this is very different to the other way, where you just go straight through the middle. You don't start off with a normal text, you go to MoGraph and you go MoText. This is the method that I usually use for normal text when I don't split it, but I found this works very well for each letter, as when you separate it, which we'll see later, it separates each letter. So I'm just going to write your text. I'm going to put J, it's quite like that. I'm going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to change the font to something nice, Magma weight, no, post punch, yeah, I'll go with this one. This one's pretty good. It's Dream MMA, in case you're wondering. So I'm just going to quickly put up the length. You want it fairly chunky so you can get the thing right, and then you might want to put a quick caps on. I'm not going to for this tutorial, but often I will. I put a caps with a radius of 1 and steps of 2 maybe, just to make it smooth and look nicer. So then you're going to make it editable by clicking on it and pressing C. It separates it into each letter and gives us these 3 extrude NURBS. So if we take them out, delete the folders that they were in, the extrude NURBS are basically just extruding a spline, and the spline is what we want. If your name is longer, you'll have more of these, so it will take longer, but just take the splines out in order and delete the extrude NURBS, because we do not need them. Okay, so now you want to create a split per letter. So this is basically like doing what you do usually with the split down the middle, just 3 times, or how many letters you've got, basically. So I'm just going to press the middle mouse button on my mouse, and middle mouse again on the front, and that gives us a nice front view of everything we want. So now we want to create the splines. So I usually use a linear drawing tool, as this creates a pretty nice effect, and then we're just going to create where we want to split it. So it's going to cross wherever you want to split it. I'm going to do mine here, split it there. So as you can see, we've got a split there, and then you want to close the spline by connecting the two, but you don't want to go back through, or it will create a triangle, or it will go straight back through. You want to go around the 2 shapes without cutting through. So as you can see, this section will be separate to this section once we finish. So I'm just going to quickly do the rest. I'm going to go through the A like that, connect them. As you can see, it's creating splines each time, and this time I'm going to go BAM, and there you go. Actually, not going to do that because it's too similar to the old one. Just going to go like that. There we go. So now we've got the 3 splines, and what we're going to do is we're going to use something called a spline mask, which is in the section you hold down the arrow and it gives you a spline mask. So we want to, yeah, just leave it at that. Then we're going to add the J below it, and whichever spline corresponds to your first letter. So this one connects to the J, so I'm just going to put that under, and this creates a spline mask. So what you want to do, I'm going to switch this to B subtract A, and you want to put the spline in first. So spline then the J, then the letter, basically. And make sure it's on B subtract A, because that's probably the best one. You can do it other ways, but just follow this and you'll be easy. So I'm just going to quickly copy this one, delete everything that's inside it, copy and paste it, so we've got 3, add spline 2, which is this one, add the corresponding letter below, there we go, add the spline, letter, and then we've got 3 split letters. So if I group these together, clicking on them all, Alt G, name it section 1, copy, paste it, and these, select them all, select A, intersect B. As you can see, we've got 2 sections, but both are separate. So as you can see, if I hide this one, 2 separate layers. So if I, there you go, see? Different layers. Now you may be thinking that there is nothing there. It is just a spline. So to fix that, we need to put an extrude NURBS in. So I'm just going to create a quick one, put a random one in, and make the depth whatever you particularly like for it. So you might kind of think like I did before. Okay, that looks fine. So copy that, paste it, get rid of the duplicated spline mask, and put every, oops, nope, no, ignore that, copy that one, delete the spline mask, copy the empty extrude NURBS and paste it a few times, and then drop one of your spline masks into each extrude NURB. That will make it extrude every single one of your splines, but keep them separate, of course. So if I click this one, it is a separate thing. But as you can see, it doesn't really look that way. It will look like it's got the split when we put the materials on, but it won't look as good. So I'm going to switch to my front view again. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to separate it like that, so there's a little bit of a gap. Leave a fairly chunky one, that's fine. Then let's go this one next, create a gap, that's pretty good, and this one. There we go. So now we have a nice gap, and you have your split. So that's really simple, but there is complications along the line. So you can finish the video here, you know, make your intro, texture it, you know, but I'm going to tell you how to do the caps and how to put it into a fracture now. So I'm just going to go into my Lightroom materials. Let me find it. So I've already got an iron down here. I'm going to just pick red, and let's go this one with the little like metal, corrugated metal, and this one, because that's fine. And also go into your iron and get the like tiled version. I can't see it now, where is it? Damn it. Okay, it's fine with 3, it's fine with 3, we can do 3. So basically, let's take both our J's. So got one J there. Yeah, so these two, we'll combine them, so that's them as J. Combine those as Y. Combine them as A. That's just grouping them, by the way. Just click them and press Alt G. So now I'm just going to, on this one, I'm going to pick my normal iron, cubic seamless, and on this one, I'm going to put a, nope, not that one, the corrugated metal vision. So as you can see, it's like that. Do exactly the same for the other ones. Cubic seamless, and silver red, like that. So as you can see, that's got the basic textures. If you render it, it doesn't look that good because it's got no caps, it's got nothing like that on it. So I think we need to edit that. So what we're going to do is we're going to group all these together and select that as the front, so not the caps. Copy, paste, open up all of these, and let's select caps, fillet, select 1 on radius for both, 2 for steps on both, and let's delete all of the textures on those. Click back on your extrudes, make it thinner just so we can fit it in. This is actually too thin, this text, but I can't be bothered to change it right now. So as you see, we've got that, and then what I like to do is the iron, put the iron on the part, and for the cap section of this one where it's red, put an iron texture, and on this one put your red but with like the diamond texture, because I find that looks pretty nice. It's pretty similar to like PSP Street style or Miguel style. This is JayArtz V6 by the way. So that looks better, so we can just do that on all of our layers, our caps I mean, sorry, I got that one wrong, there. Okay, and then select them all, cubic, seamless, and there you go. That is pretty much how you do it. That is each split. It looks pretty good. If you ever wanted to, you could just select, if you want to make like the gap in between them bigger, maybe if you got thicker caps, you can just like drag them up if you select them both, make them bigger, and of course like you can edit each one, so like if you want to have some cool like split effect or make them like explode, maybe you could do that. There is of course one little problem with this. Guys, I got interrupted there, but basically what I was saying was if you put all of these in a plane, it would not really work, because the plane would come in and it would just look at it as a one whole letter, and you push it up once, whereas what you actually want is to have the J do something, the A go, and the fall off and everything like that. But it's also pretty useful. So what I usually do is I create a circle, go to my front mode, don't know why it's rotated like that, make the circle like fairly small, and put it into the middle of where your letter is. So that looks kind of near the middle. Just gonna take that right in the middle. Okay, copy that circle, place in the middle of the A, that's near enough, middle of the Y, that's near enough. So we've got 3 circles, so I'm going to take the one that I had for, so I'm just going to label them, sorry, A, Y, okay, and then I'm going to open my front and my caps section, open my 2 J's, put all of the sections from the J, both caps and front, and both of the splits in the J, and this will create it so that I can edit this letter without there being weird text splits and everything. It basically just makes it look like there's one letter, but at the same time, if I wanted to, I could go deeper into here and I could still do stuff like this. So it makes much more customability. So I'm just going to delete these, open up my A, do exactly the same, put my A section all inside the A thing, open up my Y, and then put them in the Y section. So I'm just going to delete them, And now if I go to MoGraph, fracture, just the usual stuff, put them all inside the fracture, click the fracture, MoGraph, effector, plane, go to fall off, select box, and it sees them as different letters. And if I change it to a rotate, there is no weird text merging thing going on. It treats it as one letter, as you can see. So if I go like, if I set this to 360, just create the fall off a little bigger, I can do it like that. It's a pretty cool effect, and that's basically all you need to do. Once it's in the fracture, it just treats it as the same as what you'd have as a mode text and stuff. But this can also be used for different stuff. So what I did in my last intro, which was this one, is I did these things without a random effector. So you might want to do them with a random effector. In that case, put it in fracture, put a random effector on it. But what I edited each letter. So I just went into my fracture, selected each one, and keyframed them. And there you have it. That is basically everything on how to split each letter of a text. This is definitely a cool style. This is definitely something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be starting a new style of like the C4D sync and the individual text split, because I really like that. It's a really good style. I'd recommend it to lots of people. This is the JayArtz V6 pack. This is what I used. It's really good. I really like it. When it's with CC, like, it looks pretty shit now, but when you get CC on it, it looks really nice, just like on my last intro. That's about it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video. I'm thinking of doing more tutorials like this, so if anyone who's new to motion design or has a question, just post it in the comment section, and I might do a tutorial on it if I know how to do it. Yeah, so quick update. Today, probably right after this video has been up, I'll be uploading an intro giveaway. To win that, you will need to like, comment, subscribe. That's going to be a duel with someone called T2 Ninja Effects, which is a friend of mine. So yeah, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been Jay. Peace.